So you need a Linux Live USB and you don't know where to begin. Well, I'm going to show you how to make one, where to get all the tools to make one, and how to boot to the Linux Live USB. First off, let's get started. Let me show you how to get all the material needed. First off, you need a USB, preferably something 8 gigabytes or larger. 16 gigs, pretty good. Right now I don't have a USB, so we're just going to pretend this little SD card adapter that I have here is a USB. It acts and works and everything just like a USB. It takes SD cards, but USBs work too. You know, your little flash drives. This one here ain't big enough, which I have. It's a little USB. That's what they look like. You need one of those, but you need one at least 8 or 16 gigs. Larger the better. But for now, we're just going to put this aside because we have to get on the internet and download some tools. Well, first, we need to go to Google and we're going to type in Ubuntu, which is it's able to boot to live. It's ubuntu.com. Ubuntu.com. And there is a button, download, and we're going to download Ubuntu Desktop. The link's in the description if you need. I've already downloaded it already, so it's right here on my desktop, but I'll leave a link in the description for this. The next thing we need is you can have your choice, either download one or the other. I'll show you how to use both of them. You need either Rufus, which you can go to Google, type in Rufus. Also, I'll leave a link in the description for Rufus to this page, but once you're here, you scroll all the way down. The one I'm going to download, you have two options here. You can either use the plain Rufus to install it or the portable. I'm just going to use the portable because the regular install, you install it just like any other program. The portable, I like it because you're not installing it. You can stick it on something else and use it anytime without installing it. So I'm just going to get the portable one for now. That desktop, save, start. Then what I like to do with Rufus, because Rufus likes to create a bunch of excess files and likes to clutter, I like to take my desktop, right click, new folder, and put Rufus inside of that folder so that it don't create a bunch of clutter. Then I like to rename that folder Rufus. Just so, because watch what happens. If you take Rufus, this is the portable version. If you open it up, ask you about make changes device, press yes. Now see, it's starting to create files already. Ask for updates online, no. But that's what I like to do so that I can take and keep everything to set, because config files and stuff like that. But anyway, back to the other program that if you don't want to use Rufus, there's another software that I like to use, and it's super easy. It's called Balena Etcher, one word. And I'll include a link in the description also. The software, basically, it's not as intimidating as Rufus. It's super simple, and it's just 3 steps. Select image, select drive, you flash it. Download it and install it. There's a portable option. Whoops, got my USB. There's a portable option just like Rufus. There is one for Mac OS. So if you have a Macintosh and you're trying to get something working, Mac works. Um, there's also for Linux. So if you've got Ubuntu and you're trying to um, do some, like, put Windows onto a USB, you can use Balena. But for now, um, I've already got it installed. So now on to the next step. Okay, well, now we have all our tools. We have Ubuntu, the ISO for Ubuntu. We have Balena Etcher or Rufus. I'm going to show you how to use both. But right now, we're going to take the USB and plug it in. Okay. I've had stuff on this before, so it's going to have a lot of pop-ups and stuff like that. So nothing important. But what we're going to do, I'm going to load up Rufus first. Take Rufus. I'm going to right-click on it, run as administrator, so it don't give any grief. Now at the top here, as you can see, it recognized my drive. I don't have a name on it, but it recognized it, my E drive. How you know which drive it is if you go to File Explorer, it should show up. My drive isn't formatted correctly or anything like that for this demonstration, but Rufus will automatically format it for you. I'm just showing for this demonstration that it's showing up here. If it doesn't show up here, you can take and go to this PC, right click on it, go to Manage. Then you can go to Disk Management, and it should show up here. Right here, I know my USB is a 4 gig USB, which I know Rufus is, well, Ubuntu will fit on here, so, but it's partitioned already 3 times. I take and I'm going to delete the volume. 1, 2, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. But anyway, that's all fine. Now for Rufus, all you have to do is click the select button, and since I downloaded Ubuntu to my desktop, for could be in downloads, so you might want to check your downloads folder. But for me, I put it on my desktop. Scroll down, select Ubuntu, the ISO, press open. Rufus already recognized what it is, made a few changes for you, so it'll boot up via BIOS or UEFI, depending on how you got your BIOS set up. So it'll set up to both. You don't have to make no changes at all. Everything here will work. And the only thing you have to do is just press start. It'll ask about if you want to burn it as ISO mode or DD mode. You don't have to worry about making any changes. Just press OK. This is basically telling you that Rufus needs to download a few things off the internet to make the USB work. So go ahead and press yes to let Rufus do his thing. And this is why I like putting Rufus in a folder, because it's taking all those files and putting it and downloading it into that folder, because you don't want all that clutter somewhere else on your computer. Now after it downloaded the files, it's going to ask as a confirmation, are you sure there's nothing on the USB? Because if there's anything at all on the USB, it will be erased. So it's making sure you want to proceed. If not, press cancel. Then you can take your files off your USB before you continue. But once you press OK, the data that's on the USB is gone, and there's no turning back. This here will take a while because it's copying the files from the ISO file and copying it to the USB. I'm going to go ahead and let this go, But I'm going to also take another USB that I'm thinking might work. Might plug it in, just so I can show how Balena works if you want to use Balena. So I don't want to do that yet. See, I'll just take and I think I have another USB. Yes, I do. I do have another USB. This one's big enough. That USB had stuff on it. I don't want to erase it. So I want to go and see. Okay, so drive F is the other one. So this drive here, the one I just plugged in right now, is drive F. So it's fine. So we're going to use Balena this time. And Balena, if you decide to go to the Balena route, it's just flash from file, select the ISO, select the target, which E is going to be used for Rufus. We're going to use drive F for, I got to plug my laptop in, my battery's almost dead. Drive F. Make sure it's the drive because you have one hidden here, which is my C drive, and you don't want to select it. So I want to select drive F. Make sure you select the right drive. Select. Then you hit flash. Come up command prompt. That's normal. Now it's doing its thing. Now I'm just going to let that go because Balena and Etcher's doing their job. I'll come back and show what happens after it's done. But it'll prompt you after they're done. But for now, I'm going to show you how to boot to the USB now. For that, I've got virtual machine, which it won't be any different than your regular PC. I'm going to create a new VM. Let's see, we're going to use we're going to use this here. That's fine. That's fine. Demo. We'll give it some RAM. That's fine. That's fine. This is fine. That's fine. That's fine. But anyway, it's all going to work the same as on regular hardware. What you need to know is once you get the USB plugged in, done, and you plug into your computer, ready to be booted from, you need to find out what your boot menu key is. And how you would do that, you would need to do some Google searching by knowing what your make and model is of your computer. If you're not certain, there's another video where I show you how to find out what your computer boot key is. Well, your make and model. And for one computer, I'm just going to use my laptop I'm on right now as an example. I have an HP Omen. So we're going to look up HP Omen boot menu key. And right here, right off the bat, it's either escape or F9. And what you do when you first push the power button, you spam one or the other keys, and you'll get a menu that looks something like let's see, images. You'll get something that looks maybe like this here, or you'll get something that looks like this here, or something like this. You get the idea. But one of them, it'll have an option for the USB, which this one here doesn't. See, some of computers you have an option that looks like this, and you have to select boot device options there. You have to select it to bring up the boot menu, but you'll have an option that shows up for boot menu. But anyhow, let me go press start the VM. Okay, I got to select the ISO, so because I'm going to virtualize the USB, we're going to pretend the USB is plugged in. I got so many things asking for that ISO right now that it's going to be very slow. So there, start. Give me a minute or two. But right now it's pulling the info from the USB. This is what you will get when you successfully selected the USB and it's actually booting to the USB. Okay, the one software is done, so I'll show you in a second or two what happens when that one's done. Then when you get into Ubuntu, it'll do its thing. Now it's going to go through prompts. There's a install Ubuntu and there's a try Ubuntu. If you're doing some diagnostics and you had Windows on your computer and you're trying to do some recovery options, you want to click try Ubuntu. You do not want to install it. So for this demonstration, we're going to try Ubuntu, which is the option that we all recommend. So what it's going to do, it's going to do the other things. Now you have full Ubuntu Linux right here running right now, and it's directly from the USB. And what's nice is you can go to Files and go to various different locations on your computer, such as a hard drive or something like that. See, there's the hard drive that's in my computer because I only created a 2 GB hard drive, and well, I didn't even format it, but you can actually go in and copy files to the USB by creating a new folder and copy and pasting that way and stuff from here by doing recovery. But this is how you can take and recover files from your hard drive using Ubuntu. Well, hopefully this video helps you, and if you have any questions to ask in the server, and would be more than gladly to help you with any more questions. This is Spyro. Have a good one.